Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Eagle Forum Capitol Hill update. I'm Tabitha Walter, Eagle Forum's political director. Now, Republicans have been fed up with Pelosi for a long time, but you know who else is now? Democrats. Pelosi had big plans this week to pass several bills, including 3 major bills to seal the deal on several of Joe Biden's campaign promises. These bills would fund the government, infrastructure, and the economy, or at least how Democrats are messaging it. But not everybody is on board. As usual, Congress has waited until the last possible minute to vote on their government funding bills in order to manufacture a crisis and make their pork-filled bills must-pass legislation. If no funding bills are passed by Thursday night, which is tonight, the federal government will shut down, leaving thousands of federal workers in the lurch. Knowing that a brand new spending bill would not pass the Senate, the House decided to pass a continuing resolution, which simply continues the previous funding into the next year. However, Pelosi just couldn't keep her hands off of it. House Democrats included a provision to increase the debt limit again to allow for new spending in the future. This was a poison pill for Republicans. It passed along party lines in the House, but failed a cloture vote in the Senate. Now they are going back to the drawing board. Increasing the debt limit would pave the way for the next 2 bills. Pelosi was happy to receive the Senate-passed infrastructure bill and thought it would be smooth sailing to Biden's desk. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. Progressive Democrats continue to be a thorn in Pelosi's side. They decided to hold the infrastructure bill hostage to move forward a $3.5 trillion, quote, economic recovery package. And there are rumors now that it might be upwards of $5.5 trillion. Progressives are still bickering over what all should be included in the bill, but is largely based on Biden's socialist Build Back Better agenda. This would include the largest tax increase in American history to the tune of $2.1 trillion. Taxpayers would be funding woke policies like amnesty for illegal immigrants, universal pre-K, and Green New Deal provisions. Meanwhile, Senate Democrats are gearing up to use the reconciliation process on the Build Back Better plan. This would allow the bill to pass by 51 votes instead of the usual 60 votes. But they are facing 2 major obstacles: moderate Democrats and the Senate parliamentarian. Senators Joe Manchin from West Virginia and Kirsten Sinema from Arizona are not happy with the $3.5 trillion price tag, so Democrats, including Biden, are trying to schmooze them. So far, they've been unflappable. Then Senate Leader Chuck Schumer from New York is trying his best to fit unrelated policy matters into the bill. When spending bills fall under reconciliation guidelines, all provisions must be fiscal only without a change in policy. His attempt to give massive amnesty to 8 million illegal immigrants was struck down the first time. Now his plan B is being reviewed. Currently, if an illegal immigrant entered the United States before 1972, they are able to apply for a green card. He proposes to change that year to 2010. While this seems like a policy change to me, the parliamentarian will have the final word on it. That leaves infrastructure in the balance. Although Senate Democrats and Republicans claim to have reached a compromise, the infrastructure bill leaves taxpayers with a price tag of $1 trillion. But only $110 billion will go toward true infrastructure projects. It still pushes forward radical left ideology. Democrats' new buzzword, equity, is written 64 times throughout the bill. They also tried to fix, quote, fix racism and gender discrimination by forcing equal opportunity mandates and bias trainings. And then, as bad as that sounds, for the radical leftist House Democrats, this was their worst case scenario, which is why they are pushing so hard for their Build Back Better plan. The turmoil for House Democrats has left this week's schedule for votes up in the air. Supposedly, there will be a vote in the House on infrastructure today, but it's expected to fail. So, will Pelosi be able to avoid a government shutdown? Will she be able to pass the president's agenda by the end of the week? We hope not. Eagle Forum will hold Congress accountable by scoring against these bills and also keep you informed of their movement. So head on over to eagleforum.org to sign up for our emails and alerts so that you know right away what to take action on. If you have any questions about our report, please post them below, and we will see you back here next Thursday.